It's Monday, July 18th, and we're chasing the runner.
Previously on the runner.
Hit it.
Look through everything.
We need 6 numbers.
What do you have? Let me see it too. Perfect.
One more.
We have all 5. We just need to find the 6th one.
Let's go.
Brandon, we're out.
The numbers corresponded to letters. Those letters spelled out Texas, but instead of an X, we had a J. Tejas is, I believe, Spanish for Texas.
We're off to Houston. Going to Texas, girl. Giddy up.
Head to Houston, Texas.
It's a new runner. It's a new day.
This new runner is just gonna get toasted today. Everything that I've ever done, mentally, physically, emotionally, to my body and mind has prepared me for this moment. So now I just need to display it to the world. I'm the runner.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt Pat, and welcome to The Runner. Yesterday, all bets were off as a new runner stepped into the game ready to prove that he has what it takes to avoid capture for the next 13 days. The chase continued all the way to Houston, Texas. But did this new runner come out of the gate strong, or was the chaser team's experience advantage too much to overcome? Get ready to find out.
It is day 17?
17
on the runner. We are on our way to Houston, Texas.
We're heading to Houston. Yep. Space Center, Houston, which is a big attraction. There's Rice University campus. There's a Holocaust museum. Rodeo, Houston. Well, I think the Space Center is like a good call.
Yeah, he has to build a spaceship.
Your mission today, runner, is to build a spaceship in 10 minutes and take off. The reason why I'm here is because I wanted to prove to myself that I can be here. I truly believe that I could be the runner. I knew I had the talent, the ability, mindset to push past mental barriers, physical barriers, emotional barriers. This is an opportunity that I'm not going to bypass or take lightly. I'm going to take each day as if it was my last. I just see it as I'm presented with the opportunity, and now I got to tackle it.
Did you see the runner alert?
Runner alert! Bravo to the audience as Cesar Lima accepted the Oscar for a starring role in the film Alpha Man, Alpha Woman, a romance set in the Civil War.
At the Oscar ball, he danced the foxtrot twice while wearing his Yankee uniform. No idea what that means.
Oh, I totally know what that means.
Right, so it's what they're addicted to.
But he got mixed up from too much champagne and spilled the glass all over his uniform.
So then he just decided to park it next to his mother the rest of the night. Park is capitalized, mother is capitalized. Should we tweet it out?
Do you think you can figure it out or try to work on it a little bit? Because you were good at that last one.
I'm already starting to figure it out. This is all NATO phonetic alphabet, which I memorized because I have no friends.
The key part of this is, so then he just decided to park it next to his mother the rest of the night.
Now there's a big park in Houston. Are there any moms? Do you think there are any moms in Houston we can look out for?
I just tweet it.
Yep.
Bravo. So yeah, BB. Lima is the next one.
BBL.
What would that potentially spell out?
What does it say? BB what?
Buffalo Bayou River? Ooh.
F. Got it.
And you?
Buffalo Bayou.
Buffalo Bayou.
Today, your daily op is to make a series of calls from phones that are hidden. When you find your phone, there is a pre-programmed number you must dial to find the next phone in the chain. There are a total of 19 phones. Here are the specifics. Go to Buffalo Bayou Park in Houston and go to the north side of the Carruth pedestrian bridge. Look for the gray box on the post where you will locate your first phone.
Should I be ready to get off in any second, or am I cruising?
Kinda, yeah. Right now I'm trying to get off. and trying to get to my destination. I'm gonna look for a location to park, and then I'm gonna be on foot from there.
Half a mile, you're gonna veer to the right to Sabine. There's also a promenade called Sabine Promenade. This is a massive park.
Now I'm headed to Buffalo Bayou Park.
I'm getting all my phones that I need to get for this op today.
Koa and Travis right there. They just pulled up too. So there's two teams on this side, but none of us know what this person looks like.
Aloha, boys!
Where'd Friend Zone go? Who cares?
Excuse me, do you guys rent that kayak or is it yours? Do they rent them up or down here? A mile? Okay, thank you.
Raphael, this thing's huge.
No.
Five more.
This place is sick. Jump off this bridge. He's gone. He's gone. That was weird.
There's just no signs of any sort of challenge or any evidence that any runner was here. So maybe we're in the wrong place.
On to the next one.
Interesting. So very clearly our new runner is a man of few words, but you gotta admit, it was really freaking smart of him to take all of those phones with him as he was completing the challenge, making sure that he was leaving no trace of his presence behind, as you heard Jen just say. So as we see, the intelligence of the runner is already being felt, and he makes it out of Houston and gets one step closer to the big bounty claiming finale. And speaking of that bounty, the bounty has already climbed well past the $30,000 mark. And with 13 days left in the chase, it has the potential to reach amounts that we haven't seen yet on this chase, with the potential to top over $250,000. So there is still a lot of cash left in this game. Now, as we just saw, the runner's daily op took place in the Buffalo Bayou Park in Houston. Is that the answer that you guys came up with for yesterday's second cash task? Because if it is, then listen up. You may have just won yourself $500 for your puzzle solving skills. Come this way. We're going to check it out on the big board. Here are the preliminary winners of yesterday's Act 2. Kim Y, Merle Y, Lyndon H, Elizabeth H, Nancy D, John B, Phil B, Joseph S, Kelly A, and Sarah B. Now, before we get this day of runner chasing started, just a quick reminder about the game-changing announcement that we made yesterday. We now have a 6th chaser team into this mix. And it's not just any chaser team. It is #Runner All-Stars, a team made up of Bree and Steve, or as I call them, Breve, the former runners themselves. The implications of this are huge, without exaggeration, massive. What impact will this have on the psyche of the chaser teams? Already, those who are loyal to Team Runner are dealing with infighting. We're seeing it on social media. Who are they going to support? What impact will this have on the challenge? The social media, everything. We're about to start getting some of those answers right now, though, as we go live to the Chasers in Houston, Texas. And with them, as always, is the man with a heart the size of Texas, my friend with benefits, Kaj Larson. Kaj, how are things looking in H-Town?
Well, Matt, everything is bigger in Texas, and today is huge because, as you talked about at the top, we have a new chase team in the field. Super exciting. It's created a lot of interesting dynamics among the other chase teams here. I'm going to get to all that. I'm really excited to talk to our new chase team, talk about their strategy. But before I do that, remember the real talk here, keep the eyes on the prize, is about the new runner, and let's hear from him right now.
Hey, Chasers. It's the runner. It doesn't seem like you guys are up to par with me. But guess what? This is my home state, and everything that you see around you is nothing but an illusion. I'm an illusion in this game, and you are not going to catch me.
Ooh, all right. So he thinks he's got a home court advantage. Let's see what our new chase team has to say about that. You guys, welcome to the game.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Now, you actually had no idea you were going to be here, but Steve, as we say in the military, semper gumby, always flexible.
Yep.
Here you're on the other side of the coin now. How's it feel?
Feels great. Really exciting.
I'm excited. Everyone's been pretty gracious, though they clearly don't want us to win. They're a little bitter. We've got a little bit of experience behind us on the other side, but they've got experience on this side. We have no idea what it's like doing these challenges and stuff at the beginning leg of the day, I guess.
Bree, do you think your ability to think like a runner is going to give you a competitive advantage?
Absolutely. I think we know this game from the inside out. We've been in the runner's position, and that's only going to work to our advantage.
All right, well, let's see how you do. Good luck on your first day as chasers.
Thank you.
Brother Nature.
Yes, Gosh.
How do you feel about having a new chase team in the lineup?
It's kind of exciting, actually, just spicing it up a little bit. More competition, but we're not too worried about it.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's cool. They haven't experienced what we've done, and they have a whole nother side of it that they know. So it's going to be cool to learn from them what they do as well. And it's going to be very interesting.
Cool. You're used to fighting in the pack, right?
Yeah.
Piece of cake. All right, good luck today, you guys. Knock it out of the park. Hello, Friend Zone.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good.
So, Rafa, is this going to impact your strategy at all, having a 6th team in the mix?
No, I think it'd actually be healthy competition having another guy-girl team on the mix. So we're looking forward to it.
Okay, cool. And Jen, are you pretty stoked that Steve is here now?
More the merrier.
More the merrier. All right, well, let's get some more money up in there, some more money. All right?
Awesome.
Good luck today, you guys.
Thank you.
Bravo Square.
Good morning.
All right, everybody else is real kumbaya, but I know you guys are going to give me straight talk. I know you weren't too stoked that there's a new team on the course. Tell me why.
No, it's just it's going to change the dynamic. We've been 5 teams for half the competition, and now it's 6 teams. We'll see what happens. I mean,
win's a win if we can get it. Get it with no matter how many teams.
Welcome to the family, guys.
Cool. And does it change your strategy at all?
No. Our strategy is to catch the runner, not to fight the other chasers.
Right.
Cool.
It's a good one.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Likes that.
I like that one.
Brother gave you props on that one.
Yeah, I don't get that a lot. All right.
Good luck today on the chase.
All right.
What's up, programmers?
Josh, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, what do you think of the new runner compared to our old runners just down the line there?
I mean, I think he's fine. We're like they said, we're here to catch the runner. We've done it twice now as a group. I don't see any reason why this guy's going to make it.
Yeah. Sounded like he was copying some lines from Steve too.
Yeah,
so maybe
it's
not
some
that
original material, pal.
Home court advantage, is that a real thing in Texas?
Well, we can't stay in Texas forever, so I mean, let the bounty grow a little bit if he's comfortable here, but we'll get him when we leave, I guess.
Oh, that's your real strategy.
Yeah.
You don't get out of bed for less than 100K.
Yeah.
I mean, we've also only been to 2 states that he and I haven't been to in the past, so
we're feeling good.
Whatever, like he can have whatever home court advantage he wants. Like, We're gonna catch them anyway.
You guys are always fiercely competitive. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Hey, Sweet and Savage.
Hi.
So, what do you think about having another girl join the chase teams? Hashtag girl power?
Well, we've kind of always said it didn't matter if you're a girl or guy in this game. We've been trying to prove that all the time. So it didn't matter if it was two guys, two girls, just another team.
We're happy to welcome them to the fun.
Yes, of course.
All right, well, let's get those helmets strapped on, you guys, and
Let's do it.
let's
On
get
our
this
way.
challenge on.
Woo.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, America, it is time to issue today's challenge. So, chase teams, as you can see, you're at the Houston Motor Speedway Resort. Behind you are 6 track cars with professional race car drivers. Inside each of those track cars is a puzzle. You must solve that puzzle while those pro race car drivers whip you around the track through high velocity turns. If you puke, well, that's just part of the puzzle. Deal with it, solve the puzzle, reveal your clue, and then get racing to the runner's next destination. Ready to get your chase on?
Yes,
sir. All 6 of you. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit it. Yeah, Pat. So I got to tell you, like, the vibe here right now is fiercely competitive. Having the addition of the 6 Runner All-Stars chase team has really, really amped everybody up. And as far as this challenge goes, we know that at least one contestant in the field is pretty good at solving challenges around a racetrack. So that could bode well for our newest team, Runner All-Stars. I'll keep you up to date on all the on-the-ground action as usual from here. Back to you.
So with that being said, and the competition fiercer than ever, Kaj, who's your pick to be the next team to catch the runner? You're usually a neutral guy, but put it on the line. Who's your money on?
I really like Runner All-Stars today because they got fresh energy, they're super amped, and because, like I said, Steve has done really well in this kind of task before. I think they're definitely, as the kids say on the interwebs, throwing shade on the other teams right now.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that you're always in touch with what the kids are saying on the interwebs there, Gosh. Thanks so much, man. Have a good time at the Speedway. Now you know the drill, America. The chasers cannot solve their clue to the runner's location without your help. It is time for you to act. America's Cash Task answer will provide the critical piece of intel the chasers need to solve their clue. So without further ado, here is your first Cash Task.
The chasers can't track down the runner without your brilliant assistance. Solve and send.
The Cash Task is officially live, so while chasers are getting themselves whipped around like a bunch of crash test dummies, go ahead and earn yourself $500 by solving it from the comfort of your own home. If you need to see it again, you can find it on all of our social media. And when you have the answer, which I'm sure will be super quick since you guys have an enormous brain, enter it at go90.com/therunner, which should be behind me. And it is, for your shot at $500. We'll have the winners a bit later today. We'll return live at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific with the latest details and just who this new runner really is, how the chasers are handling their latest challenge, and plenty more chances for you to win money simply by playing the game in your underwear watching at home. It's that easy. And of course, we've got to check in on Team Runner All-Stars to see how they like being on the other side of this chase. And then at 10 p.m., we'll be revealing the latest standings of that $50,000 MVP leaderboard. Not going to want to miss that one. But until then, the chase continues. Runner All-Stars, guys, they're going to be tight. Hello, America, and welcome back to day 18 of The Runner. I'm Matt Pat, coming to you live from Runner HQ. The chasers started their day on an auto racetrack in Houston, Texas, where they were taken for a ride that they won't soon forget. In an equilibrium testing effort to find the runner and not lose their lunch, they needed to stay as focused as possible while they assembled a puzzle that would reveal their clue. Once they successfully completed that puzzle and their blazing vehicles came to a blissful stop, they were faced with a new challenge. This, right here. Thou doth seem a tainted wether of the flock. As a chaser chases, methinks a nation mocks. True, a spendthrift is he of his tongue. Still hither and thither the runner runs. In nature there's no blemish but the mind, blank. A Lone Star bounty ye shall find. So what does all this mean and where does it lead? Well, first, we need to plug in that missing line right there, and that's where the little place known as the Land of Opportunity came in. You guys, America, solved your act, which was right here. Here I am, rock you like a 12. If you want to solve your act, you better find out who I am. I have faith in you. The key is determination. And then there's a bunch of gibberish along the bottom there, so that's a lot of fun. Let's start from the top. The obvious place here is the number 12 in place of the word hurricane from that Hot Scorpions track, Rock You Like a Hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. In fact, that number 12 corresponds to hurricane, or something called the Beaufort scale, a scale for measuring wind speed that's still used today. So if I want to find out, as the riddle taunts, who I am, they need to look no further than my spirit animal, the guy who really knew how to party, Sir Francis Beaufort. There he is right there. Look at that. Look at that partying face. Guy knows how to have a good time. Beaufort was a rear admiral. Guys, social media team, they're tittering back there like immature schoolgirls. Grow up, social media team. Beaufort was a rear admiral, but he was also famous for creating his obvious scale, but most of all, he also created his own cipher, the Beaufort cipher. Like all the cool kids do at home on weekends, the Beaufort cipher requires a key in order to decrypt to plain text. And guess what? We gave you that key. The key is actually in the riddle. The key is determination. Someone call Flowey because there's a lot of determination up here in this clue. So once you plugged it all in, you got the missing line from the Chaser's clue. Let's pull that thing back up here. Quote, here's that blank line, and we replace it with Saint Air the speaker. All right, whew. Now that we have the full clue, we can finally break this baby down one by one. Let's find that runner, shall we? First, maybe there are 3 lines that stood out. Thou doth seem a tainted wether of the flock. A spendthrift is he of his tongue. And the third line, in nature, there's no blemish but the mind. If those 3 lines stood out to you guys, well then good on you, my friends. You paid attention in English class, because all of those are lines of dialogue taken from the works of Bill Shakespeare himself. Now the clue says we'll find the bounty when we put Saint Air the speaker. Air, which means before in old-timey Shakespearean talk. So who were the speakers of these lines that we should put Saint before? Well, they were all characters named Antonio. So put Saint before Antonio and you've got yourself San Antonio, home of the runners' next daily op. And away the Chaser teams go. Whew, these take a long time to explain sometimes. Now, before we jump into the highlights, let's check in with Kaj, because I can't get enough of the guy. Let's check in with Kaj to get the details on today's particularly trying challenge. Kaj, you there in the field? What is happening out there today?
Yeah, Matt, it was blazing fast action around the speedway here today. You had all of the chase teams out in the cars being whipped around that track. When they started to come in, you didn't actually know who was in first place. So that first track car showed up, popping out of the door, Sweet and Savage, first place. Now, they don't always excel at the initial challenges, but the thing about these girls, they're fun, they're bubbly, they are quiet, competitive. And since the introduction of a new team, the Runner All-Stars, they really seem to have stepped up their game. Totally showed out here on the track today. Speaking of Runner All-Stars, they came in sort of a middle of the pack. The programmers were ahead of them. Bravo Squared was right around there. They came in middle of the pack. So for their first challenge, not an extraordinary display, but they did a solid job, middle of the pack, headed out on to chase the runner. The other story here at the other side of the spectrum from Sweet and Savage was Friend Zone. What was so interesting about this challenge is the people who solved it first had a real competitive advantage because they weren't pulling as many laps and as many G-forces. So far behind them in last place solving the puzzle was Friend Zone. They came out of the car looking wobbly and dejected, but they eventually got on the road, and as of now, all 6 chase teams are on the hunt for the runner. I'll keep you posted on all the live action here. Back to you in the studio.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Kaj. And so I'm always jealous of Kaj and the Chaser teams because they get to do all these really cool challenges. Kaj is there on the field. So today, the Brogrammers actually did us a favor. They submitted a video of them inside the car while the challenge was taking place. So we get a first-hand perspective of what this high-speed challenge really entailed. Here they are having a bunch of fun.
This is insane. Hey, everyone! First one, saw the clue. I think we're the first ones done. We have no idea. Trying to get a picture of it.
But as you heard Kaj just say, they weren't the first one out of the gate. The Brogrammers at this point, they just assume that they're first at every challenge. It's like I roll my eyes every time they say it. Guys, remember, we're first out. You weren't this time. And we only have to turn to the GPS board to see the truth of the matter there. Pull it up. It was not the Brogrammers. It was actually Sweet and Savage. Be still my beating heart, Sweet and Savage, for what may be the first time ever in this chase. First out of the gate, first to get their clue figured out. And as we just heard Kaj say, there's Friend Zone rounding out the rear. Not too far behind, but definitely in a solid 6th place today. Whew, but the big story, Sweet and Savage. Was it the introduction of a new Chaser team that's really put fire into them? Was it that procedure and that process that we heard so much about a couple days ago finally paying off for them? You don't have to listen to me. Let's take it to them in the car to find what is working for them this morning.
The quote is from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, said by Antonio. So this girl saying that, or this person saying that the quote is said by Antonio, which is saying Antonio, Texas. But then there is the Shakespeare festival, that's where we're heading. But a lot of people are saying San Antonio, which would be a different direction.
Is there a Shakespeare festival in San Antonio? Or is it only that one in Dallas? Or is there another one?
They're saying San Antonio because Texas Shakespeare Festival, Austin, Texas. But it's not in Austin. When I googled it, Austin, Texas.
I thought San Antonio was farther down, closer to the bottom of Texas. So
They are.
I feel like we need to stay towards the top of Texas.
We're not in the top of Texas. We're like down here.
Yeah, it makes sense to start moving up though, and not stay down to the bottom.
No, ladies, you're in the lead, but you don't know where in Texas you are. Someone please get them a map. Ladies, please stay focused. You're in the lead. Don't throw that away. I want to report positive news about you guys, and today is the day to do it. You're in the lead. You are the ones with the most likely chance of catching the runner. Go for it. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Meanwhile, let's check in with the Brogrammers as they receive their clue and start putting the pieces together.
We got in the car that we were had to solve a puzzle in, and the car just sped off, and then we started. We didn't know what the puzzle was. There was a map on top. There was very little ceiling room, so our heads were like smushed at the top. But then we started like figuring out the map fit with the puzzle, so then we knew like where states were on the map, and just solved it pretty quickly after that. So we were the first team done with Sweet and Savage. They were like right in front of us, and then other teams looked like they were struggling, and it was definitely difficult. If someone was motion sickness, they were in a bad spot. So it was good we got out of there as quick as we did.
Well, Brogrammers definitely hot and sweaty after their time in that car. But the interesting thing there, they should mention teams being a bit queasy and having weak stomachs. I wonder if any of our teams are prone to queasiness. Maybe Friend Zone, who happened to be in last place. Let's check into their car, see how they're feeling after the challenge.
I mean, it was not an easy experience. The car was so small, and in order for his helmet to not keep hitting the puzzle, he couldn't really even look up to help. But he did help a lot, but it was hard. I think he got a little nauseated at one point, but it wasn't even very magnetic, and any sudden movement and your helmet hits it and all the puzzle pieces fall off. So the clue was, thou doth seem tainted, whether of the flock. As a chaser chases, methinks a nation mocks. True, a scunthrift is he of his tongue. Still hither and thither the runner runs. In nature there's no blemish but the mind, blank. A lone star bounty ye shall find. I mean, Lone Star is like Dallas.
So there you go. As we know from earlier in this chase, Jen, her weakness is a small bladder, but apparently Raph, his weakness is a queasy stomach. So these guys, get your bodies together, get it in gear, so that way you're not rounding out the rear. And lastly, one final video coming in from the Brogrammers as they put the pieces of their clue together and figure out that they're headed to San Antonio. Here they are solving the clue.
I know, so people are saying that our clue has a Shakespeare quote said by Antonio, so they're thinking maybe San Antonio.
All right, there it is. I couldn't have said it any better myself. With that being said, no Bree in studio because she's on the chase now. And that means I have no choice but to jump into the digital pool that is teaming with my socially connected guppies, the Runner Social Squad. Guys!
Oh, happy to see you too, Matt.
It's
such a splash just now.
It's just the two of us once again. So don't let me down. I hope you have some good stuff for me. Laura, obviously the big news, new chaser team, a sixth team in the mix now, Runner All-Stars, yes. Bree and Steve, Breve, as I like to call them. What's Twitter feel about this? What's the internet saying?
Abbreviation.
You like my abbreviation?
So we have Nick Kerr here, who everyone is really excited and backing them up a lot. Can't wait to see the Runner All-Stars in action. It's changing the game drastically. So this is the virtual t-shirt that he is wearing.
Hey, capitalize off of that merch, man.
Right? It's got everything on it. It's
merch for days.
Spawn. He didn't have time to, sponsor. Nobody has time to say the whole thing.
No, I'm just real. You know what? I'm just really impressed that he was able to successfully get Ford to sponsor that shirt.
Right?
It's incredible.
And Under Armour.
And Under Armour at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Winning.
He's got better connections than we do, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow. What else you got?
Carolyn here, who is talking about, has the love triangle become a love square? Now it's got everybody in it.
I see. So the love triangle of Jen, Raph, and Steve now includes Bree.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I can't believe it.
You can't believe it?
No.
I'm a believer.
Okay. Well.
So many bad puns. So many bad puns.
And then, look, it's us, but it's actually Chang Sketcher who drew this support for the Runner All-Stars. She has done a ton of amazing sketches, and this is one of them. So
yeah, this is incredible. So this is Chang Sketcher. This is Bree and Steve, the OG runner over there, and S for Super Steve, I guess. And then them both chasing the blurry face.
The pixelated, yeah.
Yeah, the pixelated face of the new runner. That's awesome. I love that. So Chang Sketcher, I've seen a lot of that handle's tweets coming in and sketches. It's fantastic.
Really great.
So if you're a fan of those sketches, check out Chang Sketcher. Not sponsored at all, just really talented. Annie, meanwhile, there's another big story that's happening.
Huge story, along with that pixelated sketch. People want to know more about this new runner.
Absolutely.
We don't know enough.
This person is a mystery.
Ugh.
We don't know anything. No, his identity hasn't been revealed. We don't know anything about his face.
Right, let alone his body.
Or do we?
Which is what I'm going to get to.
Okay, lead me through it.
Corey really wants answers, and she wants just specifics about the runner. Get it together, less time bromancing Kaj. I mean,
so
that's never going to happen.
Come on, Matt, Pat, get it together, less time bromancing Kaj, more specifics. All right.
Okay, but we did collect specifics about the runner.
Yes, well, Corey, your pleas for more specifics have been heard, and we are going to provide you them right now. All the clues that we know so far about the identity of this new runner. You wanted specific? Prepare yourself. Be careful what you wish for. Annie, what specifics do we know?
Well, Danielle has proven that the runner has a scar. Don't miss his scar.
All right, so first point of interest.
You couldn't possibly, now that it's in that frame.
But we can also get another clue out of this. Not only does the new runner have a scar, also a right hand.
Oh,
right hand of the runner confirmed. Next.
Confirmed. Okay, Zidanishtar. He has ear hair. Wow, that is a close zoom.
That's a really big close-up. All right, so we now know right hand and right ear confirmed.
Okay.
The right half of the runner's body seems to be pretty well intact. Also, ear hair.
That's so important when you're running.
It's true.
You gotta have a right side.
And a left as well.
It would be nice.
Left side is not confirmed, though.
Oh, wait, now it is. We've got Annie Barrett.
That's you.
Okay.
But
yeah, that was a while ago, but I did tweet this
You
because
threw yourself into...
I don't know why. It's a new low. I'm firmly on Team Mango Legs.
Wait, what?
Those legs
What are
are
mango-
nice and juicy. Look at his legs.
Wait, so what's a mango leg?
What isn't a mango leg? Can you not? They're popping out of that picture.
A juicy leg?
Mm-hmm.
We're keeping you relevant, Matt.
A juicy leg. This is a thing.
It's mango season.
The calf muscle looks like... Okay, well, there we go. We have all learned something new, and we've learned a lot about the new runner. So, Corey, I hope you're happy. Mango legs, right ear with hair, not without, and a right hand with a scar. There you go. That's as specific as we get here. Ask and thou shalt receive. Rakik, you seem to know a lot about mango legs, juicy legs.
I mean, let's get right to it, Matt. I have one tweet for you, and that's it. I'm cutting straight to the chase. There is a tweet of Cameron. This is a visual representation of your overly sick obsession with Kaj.
Overly sick?
Yes. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. There's just a lot going
Rakik,
on.
don't hate on the bromance. He's got... Have you seen Kaj's juicy mango legs?
I haven't. I don't want to.
Oh, well, trust me. You wouldn't be saying that had you seen
All
them.
right, you guys are blushing. There's ice cream. There's pizza.
I
there's
love
the
this.
bat.
It's a reference to everything that we've talked about. So
You
the
guys
Superman
are
ice cream.
having a blast.
There is only a 3-pack of pierogies there. I requested a 6-pack
You
of
guys
pierogies.
do look kind of full, so I think you guys already were going.
That is, we're happy.
Yes.
We've ate the other 3
You guys are
pierogies.
satisfied.
Even the Han Solo to my Luke Skywalker. Wow,
Exactly.
that's incredible.
Exactly.
So the bromance continues.
Oh,
Kaj,
it does? Okay.
Out to you. There we go. Huge social reinforcements like that means everything to these chasers and obviously to the continued on-again, off-again romance of Kaj and I. In fact, Bravo Squared even told us it was vital that that the support of their social squad was vital to them helping to catch the runner. So to prove it, it is time to hand out some chaser cash. Each of our teams has $1,000 in chaser cash to give away every day to someone who helped them get one step closer to the runner. These are the preliminary winners from yesterday's chase. Bravo Square gave their chaser cash to @Lamar's Moon, who hooked them up with some lobster at Cousin Maine Lobster Truck. Hashtag not sponsored, inside Buffalo Bayou Park yesterday. So shelled out a little extra dough for lobster, but got a cool $1,000 in return. That is pretty sweet. Brother Nature gave their chaser cash to another Houstonite Adri is MS for helping them out. Friend Zone rewarded Outlander Zero with their $1,000 today. He is one of the most active players on hashtag FriendZone to the end zone. $1,000 as a reward. Sweet and Savage thanked Chatboofs, regular occurrence over here, for all of the support and helping them solve the geofence clue that led to them to Buffalo Bayou Park. And the Brogrammers thanked Incendium Clash for all the loyalty on their exclusive Brogrammers Only hashtag. Spoiler alert, guys. It's not Brogrammers Only if someone else decides to use that hashtag, but your secret is safe with me. I gotta say, that has gotta be some of the best $5,000 ever spent online, and also some of the fastest. And don't forget, it's gonna be $6,000 tomorrow when our new chaser team, Team Runner All-Stars, goes from giving away runner cash to giving away chaser cash. I hope that exchange rate is good, or at least better than the exchange rate to the pound. Ha ha! Topical humor, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of runner cash, let's talk about that. Are you ready for runner cash? I know I'm ready for runner cash. It is runner cash time. And who is the preliminary winner of said runner cash? Our new runner gave his first $1,000 of the game to Amy Wiedenite, who's been a fervent Team Runner fan since the very beginning. Question is, though, will she stay loyal to this new runner, or will she jump onto the Runner All-Stars bandwagon? It's a good question, but I think that $1,000 might solidify her firmly on the new runners team. All right, guys, I am hearing in my ear right now that we're getting recent videos coming in live as we speak of the Brogrammers as they start to descend upon San Antonio, Texas, the location of the runners' next daily op. Here's them entering San Antonio.
Run alert! Hit me! Here it
it is. It says, be aware, the runner is close. Make your way to San Antonio, Texas. Now, you must stay within the grid as outlined in Smart. This is another Shark Tank.
Is that down by the Riverwalk?
Right in the Riverwalk zone.
Awesome.
Basically, Riverwalk to Alamo, I think.
All right, and there's 30 grand on the line. Let's just get after
Let's
it.
get him.
All right, so there you go. It is going to be another tight day for our new runner, putting him through his paces. And the thing to note is that these sorts of challenges are designed well in advance. And so these things just are naturally occurring elements of the game when the chaser teams are able to figure out their clues quick enough to catch up to the runner. And here you see where everyone is headed right now. This is the location where today's daily op is going to head down. The interesting thing to note about today, two things actually. First, it's a smaller area than a lot of the other Shark Tank situations that we've seen throughout this chase. But conversely, this is also the first of these situations where the chaser teams know nothing, literally nothing about what this new runner looks like. Well, outside of the fact that the right side of his body is complete. He has a scar, he has a hand, he has an ear with ear hair, and he has mango legs. So keep an eye out for the mango legs, ladies and gentlemen. Fire off that capture alert when you see mango legs. All right. All that being said, though, since no one is here yet, America's Cash Task number 2 still has not been released, but it will be going out at any moment, so stick close to all of our social media to get it right away. We are at The Runner Go 90 on both Instagram and Twitter, and also we're on Facebook. You probably see it behind me. Now, as each of the chaser teams cross that geofence, they'll be receiving a clue to the exact location of where the runner will be completing his daily op. The moment all 5 of the teams have crossed that fence, or if a team has decided to take it public early, that clue will be blasted out to you guys. Solve that clue, win yourself some cash. It is as easy as that. We'll be back later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern to announce the names of this morning's Act 1 winners. Also at 10, we'll have the very latest leaders of that $50,000 MVP leaderboard. Stay tuned, people. It promises to be another close call. But until then, the chase continues. Check out my juicy mango legs, ladies. Hello once again, America. I'm Matt Pat, coming to you live from Runner HQ, and I am here to let you know that less than 30 hours after he entered the game, the most recent runner has been captured. I know! Before we even got to see the guy's face, runner number 3 became runner RIP. What's his name? Where did he go wrong? Did we revealing his mango legs, did it reveal too much? No! All of these questions will be answered before we sign off tonight, but perhaps the most important question is this. Which chaser team pocketed that bounty worth, at the time of capture, $32,746.70? We'll be revealing all of that in just a moment, but first, let's get a quick look at all of the insane action that led to this very unexpected capture. The Chasers' day begins at the Houston Motor Speedway Resort in Houston, Texas, where 6 race cars contain a puzzle and a professional driver. Each team will be strapped in and sent on the ride of their life. In order for the driver to stop, the Chasers must solve a puzzle. The answer to that puzzle, along with America's help, will reveal the runner's next destination.
In 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Woo! Yeah, let's slam the door.
Chaser teams, listen up. It's the runner. It's day number 2. Yesterday was a breeze. I'm pretty confident in my ability. Good luck.
At that same moment, the runner receives his daily op and sets off for his destination.
Head to San Antonio, Texas. Await further instructions.
I can't see. That's there.
Yeah, Matt, it was blazing fast action around the speedway here today. First car came in, sweet and savage. Close behind them, no surprise there, programmers. You got 2 teams in, 4 teams still whipping around the track.
You have a circle in here?
Yeah, let's switch pieces. Bravo Square right behind me. They're taking off out of the gates. So there's the new chase team, Runner All-Stars. There's still 2 teams left on the track.
All right, we're done.
Got this one.
Brother Nature right there, cruising out. There's still 1 team out on the course. That's Friend Zone.
We're done.
We're done.
Can you believe it? Our new chase team, Runner All-Stars, are right in the mix. Could they possibly catch the runner on their first day? Let's find out.
That was a hell of a challenge.
I'm like, I can't even think straight right now. Breathe, breathe, breathe.
I had so much fun.
Good job.
Work on that puzzle. I think we're proving ourselves and being one of the first out. It felt really good today, and I just know that every other day is going to be like that. So I think we're off to a good start.
We both really feel like we're going to throw up. It's not a comfortable feeling at all. It's just sitting like right here. Not pleasant.
Guess maybe next time I have a lighter breakfast. Sorry. Hope there's no more challenges like that for the next 14 days.
No, I did not like that at all.
Not intense, okay. Thou doth seem a tainted wether of the flock. As a chaser chases, methinks a nation mocks.
True, a spendthrift is he of his tongues. Still hither and thither the runner runs.
The act is with Saint Ear the speaker. In nature there's no blemish but the mind.
A lone star bounty ye shall find.
The Lone Star State's definitely Texas. We're staying in Texas. We just need to know where.
How are you spelling Saint Ear? Saint Ear.
Saint Ear, E-R-E.
Okay, Saint Ear, the speaker.
Saint Ear.
So, they seem like Shakespearean references, and one is definitely from the Merchant of Venice, whose namesake character is named Antonio. There's a bunch of Antonio stuff in here, so if I had to guess right now, I would say San Antonio.
San Antonio. Here we come.
San Antone.
Be aware, chasers are everywhere. They are right behind you and know where you are heading, although they don't know your exact mission.
It says, be aware, the runner is close.
You will see the grid on your smartphone. You must stay within the grid as outlined on your smartphone.
Wow, I think this is a Shark Tank situation.
No way! Already. Alamo Street!
No! Another Shark Tank.
Ooh, is he gonna go today? 30 grand?
All right, here we go.
Right now I'm just trying to figure out a perfect scenario to put myself in so that way I can easily execute my mission.
We just got into the Shark Tank. My hair's up. Palm tree is up there. Ready for this? Literally just having massive issues trying to find some place to park. We got a lot now, but it's all...
Should I go here?
Unless you want to drive around to that one.
We're about a block out.
So do you want to cross over to that side or you want to cross over on that side?
Okay, we're in our destination now.
So there you have it. That is the runner entering San Antonio, and what a tense situation it is for him today. So now let's break down the events that transpired just after that by going to the big GPS board. So here we are. This is shortly after the runner has entered this part of town in San Antonio, and as you can see, everyone is swarming this small area of the city. A close call there with Friend Zone just on the same block. Bravo Square on the same street, and everyone's swarming this Riverwalk area, which is a very populated shopping center in San Antonio. And so the runner, knowing that his destination for his daily op is in that location, is going to have to dip into there and figure out a way to slip through unnoticed. But remember, no one has ever seen the guy before, so it is working to his advantage. So what happened? Who captured him? It's anyone's game based on this GPS footage, but looking at the footage from the ground, actually along the Riverwalk, it becomes even less clear because everyone is swarming that area and everyone is on high alert. You're going to want to check this out. It is wild. So as you can tell, a very tense situation for both the chaser teams and the runner. Everyone is swarming that area, all on high alert. So who is the team that captured him? Who is the team that just earned themselves $32,000 in bounty? Well, I've got the video to show you. You're not going to believe it. I'm sure a lot of you out there in the social media world are going to be really excited to learn this one. Let's watch the tape.
It's like a newspaper too.
Could it be Brother Nature? So obviously the guys on high alert.
Just keep following.
Feeling suspicious about this guy that they're tailing right now. Something about him seems off.
I just take a selfie, yeah, to see where he is. Yeah. Don't just press the button. Let's just keep on following.
So remember, these guys were the first to find Bree when it came to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It's walking faster now, yeah.
But were unable to capture her because they had both fired off their buttons prematurely. And so now you see them being much more cautious in the way that they're using their button, making sure that this is the guy, seeing anything he's doing suspicious before finally making the move and saying, we think this is him, let's fire off that capture button. So a smart strategy for them.
Run.
It's also a really fascinating strategy too, because remember, no one has seen this guy before, and so they're trying to tail him, get a sense of what he's doing, what is triggering this guy to make them think that he's looking a little suspicious. All right, so now let's watch this moment. We see the runner start to duck into a more populated shopping area.
I feel like he'd be walking slower, no?
In an attempt to more easily lose the guys. And it's worth noting that this capture is very different from the ones we've seen in the past, which have been much faster and higher energy. This one is very much stealthing, prowling, and chasing. So here they are in the shopping center. Brother Nature's decided to go in for the kill.
Boom. Yeah?
And there you see it right there, the first indication that he has been captured. The red cell phone with the capture logo.
Got you, man. You just got captured, huh? Oh, that
was crazy.
Okay, I tried.
Good job. Oh, man. We just had our eyes out, and then I seen your Texas bag.
And there it is. The runner has been captured without any information going public about the guy. It's crazy. And that bears the question. You heard it a little bit there at the end of that clip, that something about that San Antonio bag had tipped the guys off. But how did they do it? What is the strategy that Brother Nature had that led them to this capture and led them to getting $32,000 richer? That is a lot of tea for these guys. So what was it? What were the tip-offs? Here's Brother Nature explaining it in their own words. What was a little off about this new runner?
As soon as we saw that guy, we were like, like let's just check him out. Like, why not, So we checked him out, and then he kind of went on a fake phone call, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, let's keep going. And then he tried to take a sly selfie kind of thing. Like, while he's walking, he took a selfie, and we're like, oh my God.
You'll tell is I noticed the way his walk was more like athletic, like jockey type, and his outfit was not like that.
Yeah. Travis, he looks kind of awkward in his clothes.
Yeah, he was also he had a Texas San Antonio bag, which is a little tote bag. All these little tiny tells, and then we were following him for probably 8 or 10 blocks. So he came up there, and then he went down over here, and so we were like, okay, it almost seems like this guy is just trying to get away
from us a little bit.
And so Cohen's like, I'm gonna just do it. I'm like, okay, go for this, did it. And 10 seconds counting down.
I was following him, and I was looking at it, counting down. I was like, oh, I blew it. It's not even him. And I pressed the button, and then all of a sudden, it just vibrated. I looked down and said capture, and I was just looked back at Travis. I was like, yeah.
We're on for 18 days.
Yeah, getting so close so many times, and we finally did it.
Yeah, sometimes finally did it.
And it's awesome for these guys because as we've seen over the last week and a half or so, they have been top contenders, finishing the chase locations in the top 1, 2, 3 teams every single time. So it's great to see them finally get rewarded for all of their hard work with a cool $32,000. And here is a moment of them celebrating afterward with our newly captured runner. This is also the first image that we're seeing of our new runner. This is the first clear shot that we're getting of him. And what a clear first shot of that person it is. I'm sure that he's happy that we decided to stop the videotape on those moments. But very clearly, good sports. Everyone's happy for playing along. He's having a good time with it. A brief run, but a satisfying run. But to find out more, let's go to the field where Kaj, my buddy, is live with all of the Chaser teams, including the $32,000 richer Team Brother Nature. Kaj! Oh my Kaj! First off, I miss you desperately. Secondly, though, let me know what's going on. I can't wait to hear what these Chaser teams have to say.
Oh yeah, buddy. So much action in the field today. You had the introduction of the new chase team, the Runner All-Stars, but at the end of the day, what it came out to was good old-fashioned chase work. You saw Brother Nature close that final 5 meters to get the capture. Let's talk to him right now, and let's break it down again, how they finally managed to get their first capture. Yes! So stoked for you guys. Congratulations.
It happened.
So we heard what happened right in the immediate aftermath of the capture, but walk us through your strategy again and how it all broke down.
So right when we got there, we kind of circled around the shark tank just to get an idea of where everything was. And we found a really good base to just post up. We were right over a bridge, and we're also on one of the main roads. So I was looking at the road, and Koa was looking over the bridge. And then,
yeah, basically we were just kind of scoping out every person, and we followed a couple people, oh, this is him for sure, and they're kind of looking over their shoulder,
yeah,
are these guys hunting me? What's going on? But it was a funny situation because I saw this guy wearing pink pants, and he had a Samsung, and I was like, oh, Travis, this is him. And so we ran across the street and we looked. I'm like, no chance that's him. And then right when I said that, Isaiah walked past. And I was like, oh, that could be him. So we ran past across the street again. He came up the stairs and he started walking. I was like, Travis, what do you think?
And I don't know, there's just something unusual to it, like he was being chased maybe. but he did a really good job. He was very mellow. He was just walking like pretty steady, but he kind of looked like he had an athletic build, and his outfit wasn't matching that.
Yeah,
so
we were really
breaking down little details. He had newspaper in one hand and a phone in the other hand, and so maybe he was like a little bit like stressed out. So we kind of just like followed all those little tells, and then Koa, it came down to the moment where we were following him for like probably 10, 12 blocks, and Koa was like, should I do it? Like for the third time, like, should I press the button? I was like, yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm doing it, you know? I'm doing it, Travis. And I pushed it, and I kind of like walked faster, and he was still walking, and it counted down like 5 seconds, and I was like, oh, I just blew my button. Like, here we go again, just blowing our buttons. And then it vibrated, voop, voop, and I said, capture it. I was just like, Travis! We were so excited.
Yeah. You can tell everybody's pumped for you. We spend a lot of time talking about the challenges which get you first out of the gate, but it really is like closing that final 5 meters to the target that matters.
Sure.
Do you feel like for you guys, this was a long time coming? You've been playing the game great. You're always doing really well, but you hadn't had a capture yet. Were you just due?
I think it was a long time coming, kind of, but today we didn't even know what he looked like. We didn't have any facial recognition. We kind of had like a size and stature, and that's about it. So we kind of just went with our intuition, and we were just trying to be as sharp as we can. And I would say today was like one of the hardest for sure. But
I feel like it was just a blessing as well, because it was like a lesson that we learned on top of another one on top of another one. Like, if we didn't learn everything we've learned so far, there's no way we would have caught him today, you know? So it just was the right place, the right time, but also having the right eye to see him.
Amazing. Well, I loved how you guys used that description, how you were able to profile and look at maybe some unnatural movement and then move into the target and hit the button. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tomorrow's
Repeat.
another day.
Bravo Square.
Yo.
How you guys doing? So you guys also, in your capture a few days ago, had a sort of similar situation. There's a choke point. You guys call it a shark tank. What's the best strategy in that kind of situation?
I think the best strategy is just sticking to what you've been doing. I think the reason Brother Nature caught them, which first of all, congratulations, guys.
Seriously.
We're super stoked for you guys. But the reason they caught him is because they played to their strengths. They use their intuition. They're super aggressive.
Since day one, they just
Koa didn't think, should I wait to press the button? They just pressed the button. That's what they've been doing for 17 days. That's what made them catch them on the 18th day. So I think staying within your own strengths and playing the strategy you've been playing, even when it's not a Shark Tank situation, no matter where you're in first or whether you're in last, it keeps your mind in a place where you're able to execute.
Right.
In those Shark Tank situations where there's a ton of people from the public around, there's so much sensory information overload, how do you discern all that white noise out and focus on what could be the target?
Basically just intuition, you know, not letting it get to you, just like they didn't. I mean, it was amazing how they explained, you know, there's a lot of things going around. There's plenty of people, when they're following people, there's plenty of people looking back thinking they're being followed. But, you know, they ignore the excess noise and all that static. And the same thing happened for us. I mean, we ignored, you know, we basically focused in on, you know, headlights, front fascias, erratic driving, all kinds of things like that, you know what I mean? And it just ignoring outside noise and staying focused.
All right, well, here's to looking towards your second capture.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow, you guys. Heather and Ashley.
Hi. Yes, sir.
So you guys proved today that you are top flight competitors, first out of the gate.
We had fun today.
You did. You did really well. But you are one of the only two original teams still without a capture. What's your strategy to change that?
Well, congratulations to the boys.
Congrats,
We're so
guys.
happy for them. I mean, we're going to keep doing our thing. Ashley and I, we work really well together. We have
do.
so much fun together. And
I think the fact that we just keep calm all the time, even though it doesn't seem like it, and we stick to the same strategy and we just never get down on ourselves is what's going to help us in the long run.
try to stay positive every day. And we do. We wake up every morning and, like, it's going to happen today, you know, and it doesn't, but it could happen tomorrow.
It will.
So we know it'll happen.
It will happen tomorrow.
It will happen.
Make it happen. All right, make it happen. Friend zone.
Hey.
Hello.
How'd it go for you guys today?
We
You still feeling a little woozy?
Yes.
Tall people are not meant for back seats. The struggle is definitely real.
We both felt like we were going to vomit probably up until about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. So terrible.
Also, wait, time out. Congratulations to Brother
Congrats.
Nature.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a rough day. It was
really
a rough
hard.
start. But we were at least glad that we made it to San Antonio, and the person was, or the runner was still running around. So very tough to find somebody that you have no idea what you're looking for in. So congratulations, excellent strategy. One that we kind of tried to sit on in Lafayette a little bit, but it didn't work out for us. Super excited that it worked out for them.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we just have to, I guess, take each day at a time and expect the best for the next 12 days.
Just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
All right. Well, good stuff tomorrow. Get your head straight and pick it back up tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We will.
All right.
Thank you.
Programmers, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Walk us through the day from your perspective.
Yeah, so I think we started out strong in the challenge. We got our puzzle put together. We got, locked on San Antonio really quick. Made it out there. Had a great time in the car again today with our Twitter following. And then when we got to San Antonio, it was, a matter of trying a couple different things. Like everyone said, we didn't know what the runner, looked like.
Yeah.
And so same, exactly what Travis and Koa said, is looking for just differences, in a person versus the group. Those guys are just like on a different level with that kind of stuff, and like mad props to them for making that. I'm like mind blown that they were able to do that, but I think it goes to show like the kind of different types of thinking that everybody does and how they catch runners. Like we've all caught runners in completely different situations, and it's all been based on different abilities that we have, and today was like right in their wheelhouse of like that sort of intuition and confidence.
And we're truly so happy for them. They deserve it. And like when Koa hit me with the hay the other day, there was something about that I just felt it, like their time was coming. So really happy for them.
You see them getting more and more fired up. Well, it's time for you guys to match that fire. Let's see you back on the board again.
Absolutely.
Soon. All right. Runner All-Stars.
Yes, sir.
Hey. Your first day as the hunter or the huntress and not the hunted. What's it look like from the other side of the table?
It was really different. So we went into the situation not knowing how the challenge was going to work out, but we seemed to get it pretty quickly. We worked well as a team, and then once we got on location, we sort of just tried to use what we knew and what we had experienced in our own ventures as the runner to hunt this runner, and we didn't end up seeing him at all, but we're super excited that Brother Nature got him. We're really happy for them. But
it was cool. Like we'd never worked together before, but we figured it out and we gelled, I guess. We had a game plan in our car, and on the ground there. And we're both runners, so props to the runner. But he came out real hard, but he couldn't last that long. We're hoping the next one might be able to perform a little longer so we can get a lot of money.
Good stuff. Well, now you got your sea legs under you, so good luck tomorrow on day 2 of being chasers.
Thank you.
All right, Matt, that's all the action from right here. We got to capture tomorrow. New runner, new day, and these guys will be back in the game. Back to you in the studio now.
Awesome, thanks Kaj, and we'll be seeing you in a couple minutes here because Kaj will be interviewing the newly caught runner live with us after I talk with the Social Squad. So speaking of that, let's move to the Social Squad, who has the absolute latest from the web regarding this incredible day of action, guys. Did we reveal too much, Laura? This morning, Corey on the social media feeds was asking us for specifics, right? And we gave her some specifics. We said, hey, he's got mango legs. Hey, he's got a right hand with a scar, and he's got a right ear with hair. Apparently, we gave them the tips that they needed to find this guy.
I feel like it was the mango legs gave it away.
Really? They were hunting, they were honing in on the mango legs.
Right. But actually a lot of people started picking up on even more traits of the runner.
Okay.
And I've got some proof here for you.
Okay, let's show me the proof, Laura.
So we've got Clara here who says scar on the hand.
Yep.
Ear hair, and blurry face. We didn't really mention that last time, and people saw it, but we really confirmed it with this photo.
It's true, and also the Under Armour. So
definitely,
so
you know it's him.
Truly an accurate depiction of the runner as we understood him to be.
Yes. And then we've got Robiste here who says, I assume the runner is a clown. So this depiction here.
It's a bit of a leap in logic, certainly.
But who knows?
Well, who knew? He had a blurry face for all we knew. It's true. What else we got?
We've got this one who says, reality is an illusion. I am an illusion. This is an illusion. Texas is an illusion.
Spoiler alert, I don't believe Texas is an illusion. Otherwise, our chaser teams are out in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
The void. They're in the void.
void.
The Bermuda Triangle.
They're an illusion. James here, who said, I had to work with what Matt Pat gave me, so he has one arm missing. His legs are sprouting like mangoes. And then his quote is, it's showtime, because that was his hashtag.
It's true, right?
That's all we really knew.
The left half of the body missing, mango. I feel like this is very accurate.
Very accurate. Until we get to this one, which is my personal favorite.
What is
a
this?
full frontal of the runner, and it looks
like something out of like a Cronenberg film or something. Like, it is terrifying.
Yeah, people were really going for it and trying. So, I mean, good thing Brother Nature didn't see this, because they would have thought it was, him, and then they would have missed it. But
well, we did get a little bit of a preview of what Isaiah, our captured runner, looked like. But we'll get a better picture of him here in a second, because that we're going to be talking with him right now. So thank you, Laura, for a job well done on the social media side. But speaking of being done, my friends, it is time to talk to the runner, or should I say the former runner. His name, as you've heard us mention, is Isaiah, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is Hebrew for easily caught. I could be wrong about that. We barely got to know him, but we're about to learn a little bit more about him. Kaj is standing by with Isaiah himself. Kaj, I cannot wait to learn more about, our runner who we had such a short time with.
Well, Matt, thanks. No illusions here. I am with the real-life ex-runner, Isaiah. It was a short run, but an intense run. Did you expect to go a little longer?
I'm extremely humbled. I did everything that I could possibly do to basically just go cognito in the entire event today. I mean, it was pretty hard, and I passed every chase team at least once.
You did, right? Now,
and
in the
Brother
Riverwalk,
Nature just came out right. They just came out right, and they knew, they went in with their strategy, and they tackled it, and they followed it, and they got me.
So at the Riverwalk itself, you were trying to remain as clandestine as possible. How were you doing that?
I was discreetly just walking with a newspaper in my hand, pretending like I'm a tourist, and I have a bag right next to me. And that's pretty much all I was doing the entire time, and I just had to keep moving. I felt so pressured just to keep walking the entire time. So I literally just couldn't sit down. I just kept looking over my shoulder, and I saw all the chase teams, they're just looking around and just, they're hanging out. I literally ran into the programmers face to face like you are right now, and they're like, everything's exposed, my face is exposed. I was wearing my glasses at one point. Quite a bit, some here and there. I would take them off, put them back on, but man, just extremely humbled by it. Good job to Brother Nature. I give props to those guys. They truly deserve what they did, because I literally passed them 3 times until they actually started to follow me and started to pick up okay, this looks like this could be the guy. And then once I started seeing through the review mirrors and the glasses of the buildings, and I even took out my phone. I took like a selfie, and I saw them behind me, and I was like, this is over. And I was ready, man. I was like, these guys deserve it. They deserve it if they get me here. But I just, like I said, I wanted to keep my cool, and I didn't want to run or anything like that, because that would have just made it truly obvious. I probably could have escaped and got away, but these guys, they seemed like they deserved it.
Well, it was a brief run, but an intense run. Certainly a demonstration that this game is about physical prowess and about intelligence. There's a full, robust skill set required to play the game well. Nice job in your 2 days, and thanks again
thank you
for playing.
No,
that was excellent. All right, Matt, well, there you have it from the ex-runner himself. I'll give it back to you to tee up what is obviously going to be a new runner for a new day.
It's very true. We'll see what tomorrow has in store. Thank you so much, Kaj. And I can confirm that we will have Isaiah here live in studio during our afternoon update tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for more on what went wrong. I have plenty of questions for him. Man, I was done after 30 hours, and I probably could have escaped, but, they deserve the money. We'll be talking to him about a couple things, I can guarantee you that. I'm not letting him off easy. Now, I can think of no better way to end this memorable day in Chase history than by giving away some more cash, but this time to you guys. Let's reveal the winners of this morning's Runner Capturing Shakespearean Act 1, shall we? The correct answer was with Saint Air the Speaker. So if you entered that at www.go90.com/therunner, you may be one of our preliminary $500 winners. We're going to bring it over to the big board so we can announce some names, shall we? Let's give away some cash. Deneen N, William S, Brian H, Carl W, Michael R, Nick L, Catherine W, Rachel M, Marcus W, and Stephanie D. Congratulations, all you Shakespearean whiz kids. Your senior year English teacher is probably very proud of you right now. So, with that being said, let's mosey on over to the big MVP runner leaderboard to check out the official standings. These names right here that you see behind me are the people that are playing along with the runner at home on Twitter. Now, you may notice that there have been some shakeups among the most current leaders, and that's because we had to disqualify a few people who are a little too clever for their own good. You use a bot, you get caught, you get eliminated from the game. I tried to warn you guys when we started this thing, but some of you didn't listen. That means the current point leader is at ChatBoofs, once again at the top of the leaderboard with a point total of 2,858 points. That means that ChatBoofs has been using the hashtag #TheRunnerSweepstakes, all one word, and getting points for every like, 1 point for every like, and 2 points for every retweet that he gets on his posts. It's very easy stuff. And here's the best part. All of those points will be counting as virtual entries into our runner sweepstakes, which is happening on the last day of this chase. Yes, my friends, the last day, all good things must come to an end. But there will be several prizes worth thousands of dollars headed your way, including our grand prize of $20,000. So use that hashtag, people. Get your name on that list. Kanye and Taylor are doing it, so you should be too. Except they're not doing it, otherwise they would probably be like top of that leaderboard. But they could be doing it and earning those virtual entries. For all the details, check out www.go90.com/therunner. You see it right there. And as always, follow us at TheRunnerGo90 on Twitter and on Instagram, and make sure that you're liking us on Facebook as well. With that being said, please join us again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern as this quite unpredictable chase carries on and another new runner enters the chase. 2 runners in the same week. What is going to happen tomorrow? You'll have to watch and see. Until then, the chase is on hold, my friends. We'll see you first thing tomorrow. Who's going to be the new runner? Laura!